Everyone, welcome to this episode of the Outdoor Gear Review, where today we are taking a look at the Jack Wolfskin Gossamer 2-person tent. This is a very interesting product for multiple reasons. The biggest reason is that this is like a big brother to the Snugpak Ionosphere. In fact, Jack Wolfskin has the Gossamer 1, which looks to be an exact copy of the Snugpak Ionosphere. The Snugpak Ionosphere is a great tent, or I should say it used to be. As a whole, with Snugpak, the quality of the company and their products has gone downhill over the years. I receive messages from viewers all the time talking about the issues that they're having. So yeah, unfortunately, that's how it goes sometimes. Companies try to cut corners to save money, to boost profits and whatnot, and the quality goes down. Now, in the future, talking about Snugpak, I will be purchasing with my own money lots of their products so we could take a look at the quality and see how well those products are doing today. It has been some time since I've looked at that company. Anyways, going back to the Jack Wolfskin tent. Yeah, this is a 2-person, larger size ionosphere. That's basically what it is. So I purchased this. I figured that we would take a look at it together and see what it's all about. This is a preview, not a review. Yeah. Let's check it out. Further testing will come up soon. Let's see what this product's all about, everyone. If you purchase this tent, this is what you receive. This should be the body and the fly. This should be tent stakes, tent poles. So you have 11 tent stakes, aluminum. It looks like you have a repair sleeve for the tent poles. You have some repair fabric, some mesh, and you have some seam sealer to make those repairs. Here we have the tent poles. Interestingly enough, these look almost like they've been used. The rubber band is broken. I mean, maybe it's been used, maybe not. I'm not sure. I did purchase this brand new off of Amazon. But what you have here are 2 aluminum poles. We have a roll top here with the stuff bag. Now, I will tell you this, the tent body and the fly are absolutely crammed inside of this. There's not an inch of space left. I wonder if this isn't used, because the way that this has been crammed in there, it looks really unprofessional. It's possible that this is a smaller company and that this was like packaged by hand, and that would make some sense. Here's the body, here's the fly. Let's go ahead and set this up and I'll go over some information. When it comes to the price of this tent, I paid $90 for this a couple of weeks ago. Currently, at the time of filming, it is $156 on Amazon. The weight of this tent comes in at almost exactly 5 pounds. It is a 2-person tent. It is available in 2 colors, mountain green, which you see here, and there's also a bright green color. You have 2 poles, 1 long pole, 1 short pole. The short pole goes in the back. The long pole goes here in the front. Here in a moment, we will measure the inside dimensions. Already, I've measured the pack size, and that is 22.4 inches by 6.6 inches. You also have the poles and the stakes, which you can get to fit inside of the stuff bag, but it is a stuff. It really is. The tent features 2 doors, 1 vestibule, bathtub floors, 2 internal storage pockets, an internal suspension line for hanging items and drying, 11 tent stakes, 2 guy lines. The materials are as follows. The fly sheet is a 75 denier polyester, which features a 4,000 millimeter hydrostatic head rating. The body mesh is a 40D polyester. The floor is a 150 denier polyester, and it features a 10,000 millimeter hydrostatic head rating. The poles are DAC aluminum, 8.7 millimeter, which is for the most part the industry standard. As I mentioned before, everyone, this tent does feature 2 doors. You have 1 here and 1 on the other side. Each has their own zippers. There is a storm flap which goes over the zippers. When it comes to the door, you have 2 access points, this side and the other side. Each side has 2 zippers, 1 zipper for the top, 1 zipper for the bottom. The top zipper goes up to about the center of the tent and stops. The bottom zipper goes around all the way to the other side, so you can open this up completely. You have a mesh pocket right here. There's another mesh pocket over there. There's the suspension line. You can see all of the mesh here, the very aggressive bathtub floors. Unfortunately, I left my tape measure at the house, so I will have to flash the measurements on the screen for you all now. But being inside of this, I can tell you that it is, without a doubt, a two-person ionosphere. That's what this tent is. The overall design, the overall setup, the overall features are pretty much the same as the Ionosphere from Snugpak. This is simply a two-person version, and that's not a bad thing. That's a good thing because I do like that tent. So far with what I'm seeing here, I like this one. Luckily, this tent is very long. It's fairly wide, it's fairly tall. It doesn't feel like a coffin or anything like that. If you're 6 foot tall, you might be able to lean up and change clothes. If you're over 6 foot, it will be tough. Everything here has been seam taped, including the floor. You have the pockets. So everyone, that is the Gossamer two-person from Jack Wolfskin. I have heard of this company before, but this is my first time with a hands-on of their product. I do like what I see here. This does look pretty good so far. I do have a question though. Is this used? This almost seems like maybe a return. And not only because the pole was unwrapped, one of them, not only that, but the tent seemed to be unprofessionally rolled and stuffed into the stuff sack. In the bottom of the stuff sack, one of these silica packets is actually busted, and there's little balls all over the place inside of this tent. Very strange, very strange. Nothing was dirty, but it didn't seem brand new fresh. In the end, as long as there's no issues, that doesn't really matter. The overall quality that I'm seeing here is good. It's good. There's no loose threads. I don't see any light coming through the fly. The seam taping looks very good. The mesh is 100% intact. There's no holes, nothing like that. The overall setup process is fairly easy. I will have a before you buy episode in regards to the setup process, so I can explain just how easy that is and show you every single step. That is information that you need to know before you go out and purchase a tent. But I can go ahead and tell you, very simple. One thing, there's not enough stakes included with this tent to set it up fully. You have 11 stakes and you are left with a decision to make. How are you going to set this up? You have enough stakes to really pull the fly away and to stake out one guy offline. But you have to choose, is it going to be the front or the back? Now, with that being the case, you can get a good setup with the 11 that's included. But if you're going out with this tent, you think there's a possibility of some strong winds, maybe a storm, you may want to add at least one more stake so you can stake out the guy line at the front. Outside of that, this tent really has no big issues, especially for the price that I paid. For $90, this is less expensive than the Snugpak Ionosphere. The design is pretty much the same, but it's bigger. It's a two-person tent. You can actually sit up in it somewhat. So far, I like what I'm seeing with this tent. Coming up very soon, I will have a test night episode where we will get this tent out into some serious moisture and we will see just how well it performs with waterproofness and also ventilation, condensation, and so on. I would love to hear from you all. Please comment down below. What do you all think about this tent? And more importantly, do you have any experience with Jack Wolfskin? I'm not familiar with the company. I'm not sure where they're based out of. I do know that the Gossamer one-person tent is not readily available here in the United States. You can find it on eBay, brand new for about 130 bucks, which is not bad. It does look to be an exact copy of the Ionosphere, with one exception. The materials are thicker and it's more waterproof. It has a higher hydrostatic head rating. It's interesting. Yeah, definitely interesting. But yeah, I want to hear from you all. It's getting windy, so this is over. Everyone, take care, strength and honor. Have a good day. Make sure to hit the thumbs up. It does help. I'll see you all around soon.